Perfect.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll kick off with a quick recap. So last week, you freed Sparklepuff from her imprisonment, and she helpfully, well, I mean, she farted in your face and danced around a lot initially, but she did furnish you with two interesting bits of information. First, the name of the god of chance. His name was Eshuan. And then also she told you how you would summon him once you have gained the coin of uncertainty from the labyrinth of mirrors. Now, as you are a smaller group, I don't think you'll be doing that today, but it's good information to know. Also, last week you helpfully, which led into freeing Sparklepuff, you killed a large number of kobolds. You didn't necessarily enamor yourself to the guards anymore by throwing all the bodies in the street, but you got the job done. So you have accomplished one thing for a person in this town, which is, positive. That I don't know right now how that is going to shake out in terms of good boy points. Whether you'll be docked any for the post actions, you'll have to see when you discuss that with the guild agents later on. And finally, Ilara came to Eldwin and Camilla and asked for additional help on securing, her relationship with Thrain, which is of the belief is wonderful and is going well, and nothing has gone wrong there. You had some suspicions last week that potentially there could be something off with her, so after casting detect magic, you wanted to investigate whether she was under the influence of some spell. What you found out was that you couldn't identify anything on that front, though you did find out that the cat is super duper magical, which was, a shocking reveal that wasn't necessarily the intended goals of your outcomes there, but you have gained some more information, and you ended last week on the suggestion that you pimp out the fighter to Alara because what she needed was just a man, and that is where we begin this week. Once you're standing out the street, Camilla, Eldwin, and Rathaseth make the option to head back inside, just because they're kind of sick of this discussion at this point, and Eldwin is definitely kind of not necessarily team Ilara overall. He definitely thinks there is something off. Rathaseth decides that actually he wants something else to eat, and also to apologize to Billy D for what's going on. For him, putting a kobold on the table and deciding to eat it there and then. And Alphonse just kind of drifts as he's wont to do, and heads over to kind of like stare a bit more at this magical cat. What would you like to do?
Man, they sure scattered quickly.
Yeah, I think that's the effects of this town. Really sets into the bones. Makes you feel scattered. I guess scatters the party. The chat's just there kicking the dirt, thinking about what to do in the day.
Verity is also awkwardly sort of standing around, being like, as she snaps her fingers and goes, "You mentioned reconnaissance on Ilara."
This perks up Chet's face. It's like, yes, reconnaissance. That's what we used to do before we go out to the front lines. We'd send a small party to go and just skulk around about in the woods. I promise you, it's not as weird as it sounds. We go to get what's the word? It begins with I. It's like intelligence. We need to go get some intelligence on the mission, and the mission is. What was the mission? Yeah, it was Alara, right? Yeah. Cheese lady. Gosh, she sells really good cheese, doesn't she?
I don't think I've even tasted any.
be honest, my tummy gets a weird rumblings after I eat cheese. As tasty as it is. I wonder if I should stop eating the things. But I do enjoy it, yes. Oh wait, cheese? No, Alara. Reconnaissance, intelligence. Yes, so, here's the plan. Or at least the plan that I could think of, is we will follow the cheese lady without her seeing us.
Okay. I do think that that is a great idea. And I actually kind of want to see where she lives because Longtooth Sally didn't know. And I thought that maybe she has something, I don't know, that could give us some sort of a clue in her possessions that isn't cheese.
Yes, that's a great idea. I think we need to follow this lady, see where she lives. How does she live her life? How many cats does she have? Do you think she'll have cats? She must have cats if she has cheese, right? Cats like cheese.
I think you're thinking about mice.
No, really? I thought cats love cheese. Wait, no, but cats like rats and mice. So if mice and rats like cheese, and cats like rats and mice, and Alara likes cats, I assume. Wait, I've got that wrong. Wait,
It's cheese stuffed mice. That's what they like. They it's like a chicken Kiev.
cheese stuff mice. Chet starts imagining stuffing cheese into mice, into rats, into cats, into...
So I just want to remind you that you've just had a long rest. It is first thing in the morning, and as she was in your discussion you had with her last week, and everything else, she's basically setting up her stall for the day. So she's beginning work. I think it's probably unlikely she's going to be leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, Verity was like looking up at the sky, being like, it is morning, so it'll probably not be anytime soon that she goes home. I haven't met the restaurant guy. I would like to.
Ah, yes, the Thrain fella. Oh, that's good. You seem like a perky lady with the right questions to ask. Let's go find this fella together. I'll lead the way. And Chet sort of starts walking towards where the restaurant is.
Okay. So that is to the north of here, which is in the area that you already know before, the market. So let me just whip you guys over to the next screen. Down the bottom of the screen, I've put all of your tokens there for you to use.
The Chet's already over by the front door, which is, I think, the northwest part of that building.
Yeah, you're right there.
Cool. Is there any activity going on that you could see from outside of the restaurant, inside, like the windows we can see through? What's happening?
It's relatively dim in there. There are only a handful of like the candles and everything else lit, just enough for someone who's beginning to prep to work by. It's not all lit up and inviting as if they're open for business. So and you can kind of see like the outside doors are closed right now. But you roll perception real quick.
Verity is like very unsettlingly sort of like pressed up against a window looking in.
21, yeah. So you can hear pans clattering away, bottles being moved around, stuff being shuffled. Clearly someone is inside and they're working. They're doing stuff. Right now you don't hear like the bustle of a busy like restaurant as if there are customers there, but you definitely hear work-like sounds. So Verity, if you want to roll me investigation, considering your face is pressed up against the window, so you're probably actually looking in. You can see that there is a figure. You think it's a man. Kind of like you see his head bop up and down behind like the counter inside the place. You can't really make out too many details overall, so you don't really know much more than that.
I'll tell Chet that.
Oh, just the dude, just the person. That makes sense. That should be Thrain, I think. And then, so this kind of restaurant, is it like a public space? where you have like a pull bar on the door and you just walk in, or is it a bit more?
It is,
Does it
but
look closed, I guess?
you'll have the doors are closed, but they don't seem like bolted or barred from the outside. But you'd have to try them first, and you know on doing so. Actually, how are you trying to open these doors?
Just casually open them, like to get inside.
Okay,
I
so
guess yeah. Chet's gonna try the handle first because you know he knows like it could be closed. I don't know how Thrain's gonna react.
Yeah,
to
cool.
random changes.
So you shake the handle a few times and it seems like it's locked there.
Verity just starts like knocking very vigorously at it.
Okay. As you wait, the sounds that you could hear from inside kind of come to a halt. And you see a face appear at the window.
Hello.
Just lean around.
Hello.
Thrain unbolts the door and to kind of like pokes his head around it and like, yeah.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Ooh, I probably should have thought before I did all of that. I have some questions for you. Can we come in?
Questions? What kind of questions?
All that can be discussed inside.
So Chet waves attention to Thrain. Says, howdy. How's the restauranting business going?
Verity, could you roll persuasion real quick?
Ooh, good rolls today.
Yeah, he's kind of suspicious about this, and then he locks eyes on Chet. It's like, I know you, don't I? No,
Yes, we're friends of Alara's.
You're friends of Ilaris. What do you want me?
Oh, nothing. We just wanted to come have a chat. We wanted to just get to know you better.
Roll persuasion.
You're a local business in the area, and we're always thinking of supporting local businesses.
Yeah, roll.
Obviously, we have a free meal over at the, like, Chet struggles to remember the name of the tavern. But we were thinking maybe coming here for lunch or dinner once in a while. Just us party adventurers.
Yeah, roll persuasion.
Jeez.
He is very much on guard because of you being friends with Alara and hearing Alara's name and everything else. However, the prospect of getting some new business in is definitely very enticing to Thrain. It's like, well, we don't have, like, the kitchens aren't open just yet, but if you just wanted to have a chat, then yeah, sure, come in. So he unlocks the door and stands aside, and as he holds one open.
Like, Chet sort of winks over at Verity and smiles and like ushers both of us in.
He closes it behind you. He doesn't bolt it, but he does close it. There. Take a seat in one of the booths. And Thrain just props himself over at one of these standing tables. So yeah, you're looking for a new place to eat. Well, let me tell you, like, this is absolutely the best restaurant in the entire town. But you know, that goddamn goblin just won't get off my back. You know, no one wants to give me a chance.
And then Chet slams his fist on the table and sort of agreeing with the frustration. Yeah, like what's the deal with Billy D? He's moving his weight around like as if he owns the culinary delights of the town.
Right? These fucking goblins don't belong around civilized folk, I say.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Chet does a covert grimace.
He kind of looks at you, cocks his head like a bit confused, like, huh? What do you mean? He's a goblin. We all know their sort.
I mean, he's he's done well for himself as a goblin, one would say, serving food, clean food.
Ha!
It's a respectable, noble trade, as you yourself should know.
Food. Food. That same one pot slop. No, 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 no. I mean, this place, you know, it ain't wonderful. But those wizards, right? You know, they knew what they were on about. They knew their business with herbs and all of that stuff. There's all sorts of like fantastic ingredients from every corner of the empire you can find right here, nowhere else. And they're not taking advantage of it. They just shove out any old crap in a pot and say, yeah, that's great. And adventurers, they lap it up. I don't get it.
So Chet sort of cuts in and you're like, oh, that sounds like such fine dining. You must have been at this craft for many years then. How long have you been working your business here in Mucksborough?
Oh, I've only been here about 9 months or so, you know, and I can count on both hands, you know, about how many repeat customers I get. Like it's only the people with class who come by here. So you know the guild agent, you know she loves this place. She's a valued customer, and occasionally Mavis, the guild registrar, she comes by. You know, but you know it's mostly Empire folk. You know, good, honest, hard-working, decent Empire folk come to civilize this place.
Do you perchance have like a menu?
Oh yeah. Hang on, give me a sec. He come like goes over this side and he kind of rustles around and he pulls it back and it's like here you go. Here's what we serve. On this menu you can see, you know, written in really lovely script, just a one pager as well. So it's not a very large menu at all. You have an option of three appetizers, one of which is marked as vegetarian. There's an option of 5 separate entrees. You know, you see 2 of some kind of like local name for what they call like the common fowl that you would see. There is a pork dish, which is made from, you know, red-crested boar, which is you know underlined as well to kind of emphasize that part. And then you have like 2 additional dishes, you know, one which is fish-based and another which is again vegetarian, and then a small selection of desserts. You know, it is stuff that you're familiar with. You know, it can go either way. Like, you could get these in a relatively cheap place, but you also have an understanding from your time back in the Empire that, you know, rich folk like poor food dolled up and dressed up, and you get the feeling that's what he's done here.
What are the prices looking like?
Oh, price-wise, they are definitely quite pricey there. So they're easily 3 or 4 times Billy D's single soup like pricings. You see one item there at the bottom, written like by special request only, which costs a single gold piece as well, which is significantly more than you've seen anything cost since you've got to Mucksborough.
Can we just get an IRL comparison? So if Billy D's is a Tesco meal deal, what is Thrain's restaurant?
Well, Billy D's is your local pub, and it's food better than Weatherspoons, but you know it's not necessarily fantastic. This is someone who's opened up one of those wanky restaurants in central London where they try to do kind of like a modern take on, you know, British classics. Type thing, where you've got fancy sausage rolls on there. You've got this, you know, pie and mash, but it's got like truffle bits in it. That kind of like vibe of place that he's trying to open up here.
So
Yeah.
Chet's examining the menu and such, and he's like scanning up and down, and he notices, for such a sophisticated establishment, there is a distinct absence of cheese.
cheese.
And
Well,
then he looks at Thrain questioningly.
well, yeah, we use cheese in a lot of our dishes. You know, this week I've taken all the cheese dishes off, just, you know, obvious reasons.
So Chet's like nods knowingly, and then sort of gives Thrain a sort of questioning look, just a very very innocent what's the deal with Alara? And I think how Chet will say it is yes, we've noticing Alara's infatuation with yourself. It does raise a question. Just to indulge my curiosity. What's the story behind you and Alara?
Story? There is no story. She's a cheesemonger, right? She's the closest source of like halfway decent cheese, right? I put it in order. She shows up, and from then onwards, it's all the fucking crazy eyes and madness and hanging off me. And then there was like yesterday's performance. What the hell was all of that?
Like Chet sort of does you know when you put your hand up to just like talk to the person next to you, and he's like motioning towards Verity, like, oh, classic male blindness. I've been a victim of that too, I'm afraid.
Are you whispering that, or?
No, he's saying it out loud to like have Thrain hear him. It's sort of like the gesture of like this
male
the guy,
blindness. Right? You couldn't miss that. It was, mate. If you missed that, if anyone missed that, I'd go and check him for a pulse. No, I saw it loud and clear. I ain't interested.
How is, I presume Thrain looks like very visibly like shaken or, stirred.
He's kind of incredulous at this moment after what Chet said.
What is his like vibe?
Roll me insight check.
Dude, my rolls?
Okay. So you're not picking up anything deeper from him right now. His body language is very much kind of like he can't believe this shit is happening, type thing. Like he doesn't understand. It's kind of body language, the way he's talking, the way he's waving his hands, kind of kind of frantic. Like it's like you're expecting him. He's expecting you to understand exactly what's going on here, and he's almost imploring you to kind of see things his way.
I'm sort of new to the whole situation, so sorry if we're asking things that you've already told multiple times, but we're just trying to figure out what happened. It just doesn't seem normal.
Doesn't seem normal. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell everyone. Yeah, I've had a couple different people, not namely like you lot, all coming in here thinking it's some kind of fairy tale, some kind of absolutely beautiful romance story. Like blokes are allowed to say no, And I said, well, I didn't exactly, because I thought she'd stab me, but Jesus, like.
Chet pipes up. And he's like, so usually, this is probably one of the reasons I guess one nice thing about the military is that the communications can be very clear to what's happening. I'm just wondering, did you talk to Alara clearly about everything?
Mate, I had no fucking clue any of this was going on. I could tell that she was being, like, really, really friendly in a weird way, but I pretty much assumed was because I'm the only one buying large amounts of cheese around here, like industrial amounts, because I've got a restaurant to run. I thought she was just happy for the business, or at best she's trying to get more of that out of me. You trying to say I led her on?
Oh, no, by absolutely no means. No, no, no. But also, it would pay well to be very clear of your feelings towards her without jumping to the conclusions that she might want to hurt you. I have a strong sensation that that is the last thing she would want to do to you.
Mate, she was waving a knife in my face. You were
Speaking of that
here.
knife, do you still have that knife? It's a very well-crafted knife. I'm
Yeah.
happy you're making good use of it.
Yeah,
mean,
it's in the kitchen. It's a good knife, but like I don't know what like. Do you think should I give it back? Is like will that sort this out? Because if you lot are coming here now, asking me all these questions, then like she ain't giving up, has she?
So, yeah, would you indulge me in just a matter of bringing that knife out? Let's look at it together.
Yeah, sure. He wanders off to the back. Grabs it there. Like, did you want some time to talk whilst you were searching, or did you just want to see the knife?
For me, I want to just bring the knife out to do a bit with it.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if Verity, did you have any thoughts?
No, we're good.
Okay,
Cool.
yeah, just bring the knife out, yeah.
So he goes out, grabs a knife, and he pops it just down on the table, handle first towards you.
Cool. And can I do an investigation check on the knife just to get the details of, like... I just want to get a sense of, like, how much care went into the creation and crafting of the knife and the handle and stuff.
Yeah, go.
Can we inspect the knife?
Is it investigation or insight?
Investigation. Both of you can roll. Wow, that's a nat one.
What the hell?
But yeah, I've got a brand new remote for that as well. Yeah, so you can see that this is really high quality steel blade. Like the cleaver itself, it has been well made. It's not engraved or anything else. It is something that has come from a blacksmith's, and they've done a very good job in it. It doesn't look like it's custom or anything else. Like if you imagine a lord's sword, for example, would be very, very different from another very high quality regular soldier's sword. You know, that kind of level of like fancied up. This is just a really well made standard cleaver blade. The handle is encased in the boar's tusk that you helped Ilara to get. It has been kind of like, you know, cut down the middle to allow the tang to fit into it, and it has been well bound with leather cord there as well, and sealed with just a ring of copper and everything else to keep it all in place. So it is a very, very nice blade. Holding in your hand, you notice that the larger tusk, because it's come from a red crested boar, fits very nicely to the shape of your hand. Not so much your fingers, but the curve of it fits really nicely in your palm. Like, you get the feeling that you would have some pretty decent control with this if you were attempting to chop something up.
Thrain,
Yeah.
paint a picture for me. Was she, like, waving the knife around? Or did she come here to present it as a gift because you run a business that has to do with food?
All right, so you weren't here, right? So she comes in with this lot, and they all sit themselves down at the table, and she then just kind of like sits down and and she's like has a little pep talk with them lot, comes over and then presents me with this really insulting. Hang on a second, let me go grab it. So he goes around here and he's just searching around in a bin. It's like, here, and let me just give you this handout.
That covers his mouth and goes, uh-oh.
Yeah, there you go. So that's now shared with you. That should be in your journal. Gives me this poem that she's written. That's bloody insulting overall. So I wasn't entirely sure what she was about at this point, but Like it was weird, but it wasn't that weird. And then she's like with this weird big grin on her face, decides that okay, she's gonna do a dance, and your bard friend kind of like plays a little bit of like bagpipe wailing on there, completely out of time with what she was doing. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. Apparently she was dancing, but she was just kind of flailing her arms around. And now at this point, I've gone beyond thinking someone's playing a prank on me. I'm thinking she's trying to curse me or something, because this was bonkers stuff, absolutely bonkers stuff. But then, like, as I'm trying to kind of like wave her down and trying to get her attention, she just kind of like freaks, and just pulls this blade out of nowhere, and it's holding it up right in my face. And you know, just manic eyes, absolutely crazy eyes. And I'm stepping back. I've got my hands up because I'm thinking, that's it. This lot of coming in to kill me. Like that's what's going on. And then she's like, gift. I've got a gift for you, or something like that. Like slams it down on the table, and it's like, here, take it. So I take it for my own safety, and this just makes her even happier, and stuff. And then she's like, well, and it finally clicks with me. She's trying to flirt. She's trying to like profess her love to me, or something like that. Mate, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
So this whole time, Chet's been sort of like performatively inspecting the knife, and then he basically at Thrain sort of like asks him to come close. It's like, Thrain, just sit with me here for a moment, buddy, and let's take a look at this together. Like he tries to coax him in to like look at the knife on the table as Chet points to various details.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. How do I do disadvantage?
Roll twice and we take the lower one.
Okay. Oh wait, that's performance. Persuasion.
You would have had a great performance, yeah, but
yeah. Sorry, I'll do perception. Give me.
Do you have +3 on both of those? No, you don't have +2. It was persuasion.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, dyslexic. My bad.
That's right.
Yeah, he does have a +3 though.
Yeah, so we'll take those first two then, because you have the same modifier for it. So those first two rolls will be fine.
Okay.
He moves closer. He's not going to sit down. Actually, no. At 18 he would. Yeah, he'll sit down as you said.
So see here. This type of steel, folded, well forged, a sergeant's sword quality of steel. That's not cheap, and not to mention, I can also imagine the blacksmith's waiting list and backlog means that this would have been something hard to coax out of them in a short amount of time, especially within the 9 months that perhaps Alara may have known you. I also want you to notice the quality and care at which the blade has been attached to. Need I remind you, the boar's tusk. Like, I personally put that boar to sleep in order to extract the tusk, extract the ivory necessary for this wonderfully crafted handle.
Whoa! What do you mean you personally put that boar to sleep?
This is okay. In Alara's defense, she's head over heels for you. Clearly, her brain does not function. We can both agree on that. Her brain does not function in your presence. But you must see past the madness that at face value, and see past the madness from her head, her mind, down to her heart, where she's truly trying to speak to you through this gift of a blade. She approached strangers, no less convict adventurers, putting her trust and pleas into us to hunt down the best quality boar, to extract the best quality tusk. This, I must remind you, the very boar you serve. So you know how tough those huntsmen have to fight for these boar. We were tasked with finding the alpha boar. And so we did. And so this tusk is in your hands for the past morning and evening of preparation that I can imagine you've been doing.
Roll persuasion.
To be fair, it does seem like she just wanted to give you a gift. Maybe not the most strategic way of presenting it.
He hasn't changed his mind on anything else, but he is less frantic right now after what you're saying. She's like, well, yeah, but like, look, put yourselves in my shoes. Like you'd be weirded out by all that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. At face value, at first, what's the word? Impression, of course. But it's like my quarterstaff? No, quartermasters. It's the same as my quartermasters. A real tough face, at the face of it. Very terse, shouts insults at everyone. But when you're handed the equipment from him, you know that it's gonna keep you safe. Because he's been polishing and maintaining all the armor, all the blades, keeping us lads safe, keeping us lads well equipped, even though he doesn't tell us to our face. So you gotta see beyond the face, look into the heart.
Wait, do you think I'm turning her down because she ain't good looking? You've seen her, yeah, she's a pretty girl. Stuff. I'm just weirded out by this whole thing. It came out of nowhere. She comes in here to sell cheese. And we have a little bit of interaction, a little bit of chat while I'm loading and checking stuff. And that's about it. Like, and then all of that, like, it was a lot. But I see where you're coming from. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but like I'll need some time to think about this.
Take your time, but definitely look to Alara's actions beyond what she says at first. Check her actions, I suppose.
But I mean, that's what I've been doing. they're bloody crazy. That's what, like, mate, I'm not being funny, but like, that's a bloody nuts thing to happen to you on a random afternoon here in Mucksborough.
Perhaps it's more that Alara's love is in the form of a lake and a dam, and where one would prefer a small trickling stream to develop into a huge river. Our dear Alara unfortunately has so much to give that a small opening has unfortunately flooded a valley.
Wow. I mean, well, on that gross mental image, yeah, like I'll take some time to think about this. Look, I've got to go. I've got to finish setting up for the day. But
I genuinely think you should just talk to her. Like, whatever ends up, developing or not developing, I feel like just sort of like approaching each other on like even ground, an open mind would be what's best to resolve this whole situation.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's one way of looking at it, but and he gets up as he stands by the rest of the table. But it's like, well, it's not like anyone actually cares about my own feelings, what I want, does it? Isn't it?
We're more than happy.
Anyway.
So Chet gets up and puts a reassuring hand on Thrin's shoulder, and then also adds, "If at any time you do feel unsafe, I'm a soldier. You can call to me to watch your back." Yeah.
Was that?
We're big muscles for hire.
No, that was a reassurance.
Yeah, no, that's him saying that. Was that a threat? Like he's taking setbacks for both of you two from that one.
Huh?
Oh. Huh?
No,
I mean, like, if you're ever feeling uncertain or think you need protection, you can reach out to us and we'll help.
Wait, look, do I need protection from her?
No.
Well, you said that you were afraid, so like.
Oh, is this what? Was this just all a pitch to get her off my back? What? I don't understand what's happening now.
I think you're what how did this go from like, oh, you know, I'll think about it, to now you being all like raising your hackles? It's completely okay.
But he just said that he's a soldier, and you just said like you're muscle for hire, and you two have come in here advocating for Alara. How am I not supposed to take that as a threat?
I mean, we're not advocating for Alara. We're just asking questions. I literally just found out about the situation like 10 minutes ago.
Well, you haven't. He's just spent the last 5 minutes trying to convince me to see things her way.
I mean, yes, but you have your own thoughts. You are an independent thinking man, I believe. I just wanted to offer some moral support if you did not feel safe still after my persuasions.
Time and a place, mate.
Businessman. You are a busy businessman.
Yeah.
And Czech busily gets up and says, "We will be out of your way and hopefully back for dinner."
He just watches you as you leave the restaurant. As you step outside, you hear a loud click as the door locks, but then also several other large bolts go across that you hadn't heard before.
Goodbye.
It's just like under his breath. Sheesh. I thought I was bad with women.